coach Larry Lee in studio. Series this weekend. And I think you're going to be all right, Coach, because there's, we got nice weather today. Tomorrow it's going to rain, but Saturday and Sunday look pretty good. So, it's always a fun time of year to play baseball.
You're paying attention to the weather? I know you're paying attention to the weather.
Yeah.
What is the forecast for tomorrow as far as maybe possibly getting a game in if it's supposed to rain?
Well, we'll see when it stops. I think it's going to stop at some time, but right now, there's chances of rain in the afternoon and early evening. So it changes all the time.
So there's a possibility of a doubleheader on Saturday.
Possibility on Saturday, and then a single game.
Ooh, a St. Patrick's Day doubleheader. A lot going on St. Patrick's Day.
Will they be serving green beer?
I have no idea.
Do they serve beer at the games, or is it just for the VIPs?
They have the VIPs. I don't know if they serve it.
I forget.
Yeah.
I don't know, because the last few times I've been to a game, I've been in Cruco, so I don't know what's going on the other side of things.
So last week you came out swinging when Name That Classic Rock Tune, and by the way, we're going to play that in a minute. We've put another $50 in the pot, so if you could beat the coach today, it's $150. I think you beat 4 guys. It's a good start, 4-0.
Pretty good, yeah.
Pretty good start. Feeling pretty good about it?
Man.
I heard Jeff working on some tunes earlier.
Really?
It's
90s?
No.
There's some songs in today's
the ones I hear,
Flashdance
that are from the 90s.
It's 80s.
Rick Ashley.
What is love?
I love that you mess. I love that you mess up his name every time you say it, because that just totally says that you give about this many craps.
What did he say, Ashley? Did you say Rick Ashley?
Yeah.
Instead of Ashley?
Oh, it's Ashley. Okay. Sorry.
Just tell yourself what's it sound like.
Like Ashley.
It's ASTLEY.
Yeah, you got to get that T in there, otherwise it's not a very flattering name.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the series this weekend. Was it San Diego, right?
San Diego State. They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. They're playing well.
You're playing a lot of teams that are rich in baseball heritage with your non-conference schedule this year, and is that on purpose with your scheduling?
Yeah, try to play as good of a non-conference schedule as possible. The Big West is a good baseball conference, so a lot of the teams we played are very similar to us, and then we just need to not beat ourselves. But we played Oregon State, and they were number 2 team in the country. They might be number 1 now. Beat Arkansas when they were number 4. I think they're maybe number 3 right now.
That's good.
4. Yeah, so
that's good. You want them to keep you doing well.
Yeah, exactly. So the teams you play, once you're through with them, you want them to have a good season. So we're playing a little bit better. We get our number 1 pitcher back this week, so that'll help out. And I just don't think we were never prepared to play 4 games on a weekend. I think 3 of the 4 weekends, that's what we did. So it's tough to get 36 innings of pitching. So now it's down to 27 innings of pitching, 3 games, and
a little bit more manageable.
Yeah, I think so.
Now let's talk about what happened in Nebraska. You gotta spread these runs out over the series.
Yeah.
So you come out on fire in the first game and just take them to the woodshed. And then how does the offensive production drop off for the next subsequent games?
Yeah, it's just kind of who we are right now.
Yeah,
we had plenty of opportunities. I think the game 2 we had 3 runs on 15 hits. So we had plenty of opportunities. We had first.
Does that eat at you as a coach?
Yeah.
Leaving guys on base.
A lot of things do.
Is that?
Yeah.
But is that the one thing that is the most frustrating, is leaving those opportunities out there when the inning's over?
No, playing bad defense.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the most embarrassing.
Like
thing.
errors?
Errors, yeah. Making 2 or 3 errors a game.
Yeah.
So
bad throws?
Just combination of things. A lot of times it's routine plays. So that's, for me, I think as a coach, I think that's the most embarrassing. You can. You see all the time where the hitting quite doesn't show up, or you don't hit with runners in scoring position. But defensively, you should be able to play defense, at a pretty high level. And
Head coach Larry Lee here. The series starts tomorrow. It'll be all weekend. San Diego State in town. 6-1-1, but that'll probably change because weather maybe.
You don't know.
But,
no, 6-6-1.
6-6-1, 6-6-1. And then what do you do with guys that make these errors? You just if they miss a ground ball, you just have some guys hit balls at them. Like, all right, Fred, get out there, and Jason, Tim, and Mark are just going to hit line drives at you.
You just keep on working at it. There's not a lot of options. You only have so many players, and there's only so many so many options you have at a certain position. Like only certain guys are able to play shortstop, and then other guys play corner, infield, third or first. And so you just try to find out, work with them, work on their fundamentals. A lot of times it's mental, though, where once you throw a ball away, then it creeps into your head that the next one you're still thinking about what's going to happen. With the throw.
Right.
They just need to learn to just live with the consequences of their actions. Just play 100% and make sure if they make an error, it's an aggressive error. It's not a mental error.
I haven't played ball since I was a junior high kid, a teenager. But shortstop was always the best player on the field. Played shortstop, and they put me in right field. That was the worst place. That was sucked. The worst arm, everything. Is that still the case?
No.
I think when you get to the collegiate level, it's a little bit different. It's not about guys getting their playing time. No. That's where they put me. So and that's where they put the girls too. So
well, I think a lot of times though, you recruit high school shortstops thinking that maybe a player or two might fit in at shortstop, but the other one's going to be spread out. Because if they can play shortstop at a high level, they can play any other infield position. And a lot of times infielders can play outfield. Outfielders usually can't play infield.
Yeah. This is actually one of my best friends growing up. His nephew plays for Michigan. You guys played against them, and he actually got a stolen base against you. And he is...
Oh, thanks for bringing it up,
He's
Jeff.
one of these guys. Well, they won, so Cal Poly won, so it's no problem. But
nobody can see. Give him that finger.
But it's one of those things where, he was waiting for his playing time. He's waiting for his playing time. And then once some guys, he was a shortstop in high school and in a community college and then a transfer. And then now he's started a game at second. He started a game at third. And they're trying to figure out, because they're struggling this year. Michigan is. Yeah. They're not, much to your chagrin, because you would want them to go on and play and win lots of games. But they're not. And so they're trying to figure out their lineup before they start conference play. And he is now starting to start games. And it's one of these situations where maybe the guy that was penned in to be the starter going into the season isn't panning out. What point in time do you usually start making those decisions? Is this time of the non-conference schedule kind of the time that you are still scouting things out and then you want to hit it full stride when Big West play starts?
Yeah, 4 weeks into it, you have a pretty good idea. You have players that you had penciled in at the beginning of the season. But my every year I tell our entire team the week before we start, I said, starting lineup of the first game of the season is not going to be the starting lineup of the last game of the season. It's just the way it always works out. So players, earn their spots. Others play by default because nobody's really producing at a certain position, and that's not a good feeling. So, yeah, you play guys that you trust, but those guys still have to produce. And we had 2 or 3 guys that weren't producing, so you have to sit them. You have to take them out of ball games, and you try to push their button to see which guys are going to respond and which guys just, for whatever reason, just aren't ready to produce.
Excited to bring the reigning champion to name that classic rock tune back in. He's the head coach of your Cal Poly Mustangs, Larry Lee. Standing by in the studio down the hall.
You call him the reigning champion, but it's more like the Harlem Globetrotters. He just goes out, plays whatever team, beats them by like 50, 60 points, does some trick shots in the process, throws some confetti on the crowd, and then walks out. That's what it's like. Coach Lee, right? Like Coach Lee?
Don't believe your press clippings.
Do you model a lot of your styling for press conferences, playing games like Name That Classic Rock Tune after Bill Belichick?
No, probably a combination of a couple guys, probably.
Yeah, but you definitely have a little Belichick going on. I don't know if you knew that or not, but you're very short and to the point.
Yeah. I think that's how it should be.
Just mumble a little more and you'll be fine.
It's a good it's a good model to follow, because the guy's pretty successful. So
yeah.
All right, let's get in your first competitor here today. This is JD. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. All right. So, guys, how it's going to work again is Jeff is going to play the song. All these songs come out of the KZOZ library. He's going to play the song from the beginning. You got to ring in as soon as you know title and artist. You can't just know title. You can't just know artist. You got to know both. And first one to ring in will have a shot. First one to get 2 songs right is the winner. If you can do it before the coach, JD, we're going to give you $150. Okay?
Cool deal.
All right. Here we go. Coach, you ready?
Yep.
All right.
All right, your first song comes from 1970, gentlemen. Best of luck to you. Oh, sorry. Here we go.
Larry Lee.
Chicago. 25 or 624.
That is correct.
There we go. All right, JD, you're not done yet, but you got to get this next one right, okay?
All right.
All right. Jeff, make sure you get that real loud. Coach has got 1, JD 0.
You like the horn section? Is that the
I
deal?
love this song. I love Chicago.
Okay, let's go to 1983. 1983 for the next song. Best of luck, guys.
Larry Lee.
JD.
What I like about you, romantic.
That's correct.
JD, you were right there about 3 seconds after the coach. Thanks for playing, buddy. We're gonna send you to the game on Saturday, okay?
All right, thanks.
We'll call you back and get all your information. Adios, brother.
JD. Jeremy was talking about Bill Belichick, coach, and it's funny, he doesn't have much to say, but have you ever seen that video of when he was the coach of the Cleveland Browns and like the Cleveland morning TV station had
Oh, did I hang up on him?
Coach, are you there? Hello?
Oh, shoot. I was trying to... Hold on. Coach, you there? Coach. Son of a... All right, I can fix this. Hold on. I got to just...
Oh,
Yeah, I know.
It was
I
hung up
lost
on
you.
you.
Sorry, Jeff.
That's okay.
They put a new phone system in, and
It's okay. I know you
it
have
wasn't
something.
supposed to do that.
I know you have something to blame it on.
All right, now I got to wait. No, don't answer it.
Who's this?
Ew! Don't be a brat.
No, I need you...
What?
Okay, can you just put me? Can you park this call or park it so
put
I can?
on hold.
Yeah, we're on the air and I'm using this line and I got disconnected. And
That's fine. That's fine. Hold on.
yeah, I know, and I got to tell the receptionist what's going on.
Shut
and,
up.
Oh my God. Now she thinks I'm a jerk.
Don't be rude.
Hey,
Hey, how's it going, Coach?
Coach,
pretty good.
Okay,
Yeah,
look at this guy. He's right on it. He knew to pick it up.
Okay.
Okay.
so I have to do a subliminally. So
Okay, so Coach, I was asking you before. Let's rewind this tape. Jeremy was talking about Bill Belichick and not having to say much. Have you ever seen the video of Belichick talking to the TV station in Cleveland about making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Yes? No?
I have not heard it. No.
It's pretty funny because the guy is notorious for not saying anything in a post-game press conference, but
Yeah.
he is going on and on about the right way to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah.
Do you know the right way to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
I made 2 this morning.
Okay, you made 2 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Yeah.
For the little ones?
No, for me.
For you. So you're a big peanut butter and jelly guy.
That's what was on the kitchen counter.
Okay, so how do you make your peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Like when you spread the spreads on your sandwich, tell me how you make it.
Lay the bread out, take the knife into the peanut butter, spread it out, and then use the same knife for the jam.
And do you
put
put
it in, cut in half.
Do you put peanut butter on one side of the bread and jam
Yeah.
on the other side of the bread?
Yeah, that's how you're
Yeah.
supposed to do it.
No.
Yeah.
No. According to Bill Belichick, you put peanut butter on both pieces of bread. But
Yeah.
you don't overdo it on the peanut butter. You do a thin layer of the peanut butter. It creates a protection so the jam does not soak through the bread.
I see. Brilliant. Just brilliant.
He is. That's why he's successful.
I know. Like when a guy strategizes on how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich to the point where
Yeah.
he's trying to figure out how not to get the jelly to go through the bread, you know he's going to go on to win Super Bowls.
Now you know how to figure out how Popovich for the Spurs does it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're going to ask Popovich
We got
Yeah.
head coach
how
Larry
he makes
Lee.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
He's got one down. We got 2 more guys to go here. Let's see. This is Chris, coach, up next. Morning, Chris.
Hey.
All right, Chris, Larry, 1977. Best of luck.
Larry,
Larry Lee.
Hart, kick it out.
That is correct.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, Chris. All right, hold on a second. Chris, where are you from, man?
Hey, that's good.
All right, he's representing A-Town this morning, also known as Mudhole.
It's funny because I was thinking about this the other day. When you break it down, Atascadero is a town. A-Town, people refer to it as
A-Town, yeah.
I guess it is a town.
All right, so you got to get this next one, Chris, okay?
Alrighty.
All right, this is 1983, gentlemen. Best of luck.
Larry.
Larry Lee.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Tougher than you would think.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
I think
Yeah, I shouldn't have called in. It's not. Eye of the Tiger, Survivor.
Yes.
Oh, that is correct.
Yeah.
Is it really? Wow.
I mean, that's only one on
Classic rock.
That's one of the biggest soundtracks on one of the biggest soundtracks ever, Rocky. I mean,
But that's like a Flashdance soundtrack.
It is an 80s hit song.
Chris.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's good to know that you're from A-Town. Have fun at the game on Saturday, okay?
Yeah, we're going to send you to
Alrighty.
Saturday's game. All right, buddy. We'll call you back. 543-3693. We had Matt. I tried to get him twice. That's why we had the disconnection earlier. So we're just going to open this up now. 543-3693. If there's anybody that wants to take on the coach, this is the time to call right now. 543-3693. We'll give it a second here.
Poor Matt.
Poor Matt. No, Matt hung up. He was connected.
Maybe he got.
And he was sitting
got
there ready to
scared.
go, and then he hung up.
He got scared when he heard "Kick It Out." He's like, "Dude, there's no way I can hang with this guy."
Who's this?
This is Dennis.
Dennis. Hey, how you doing, Dennis?
Good.
All right, we'll give you $150 if you can beat the coach today, okay, Dennis?
Easily. Any time of the day.
Any time of the day, walk in the park, right?
Coach, what do you think?
That's pretty good, I guess.
All right, here we go. Jeff, what year?
1975.
Larry.
Larry Lee?
Ozzy.
Working Man, Rush.
That is correct.
Oh, man.
That's all right, Dennis. You're still alive.
Okay.
Hey, Dennis, that was Rush, Working Man, just so you know, not Ozzy. You have to ring in by saying your name, okay, Dennis? Don't just blurt out
Okay.
the answer, otherwise the coach might steal it. Actually, I don't think he will now, but let's go to the next one, all right? What year, Jeff?
1987. 1987, gentlemen. Best of luck.
Come on, coach.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of these guys.
This is
Apparently, Dennis isn't either.
This is my favorite song. Come on,
I
Dennis.
don't like that song. I don't know who that plays that.
Nobody knows this song. No one knows.
Anybody
Pink
want to
Floyd
try? Anybody
learning
want to give it a
No,
try?
they're done.
Anybody want to give it a try?
No, I know who it is.
Sounds like
It is Pink Floyd.
Panorama. I don't know.
No.
Everybody knows it's Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
Learning to fly, guys.
Yeah.
You're so smart, Jerry. Good job.
I'm not trying to be smart. This is obvious.
Why did you have to jump in there like a...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Like-
Are you the only one that's allowed to say the songs?
No,
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll shut up. I'll just sit over here.
No, but
I'll just sit over here and keep my mouth shut.
it's like it's the one answer that you know on a whole game of Jeopardy. You're like, oh my God, these guys are so dumb. They're so dumb.
You're such a
God,
dick.
how do you not know?
I know all these, by the way.
How do you not
Well,
know it's
let's not go
Wolfman
all of them,
Jack? Come on. Okay.
All right, you're making it awkward for our guests.
1970 is the next song.
Well, I think Dennis is done.
No, he's still. Nobody got that one.
Oh, nobody
right.
got that one.
Nobody got
Sorry,
that one
Dennis. Sorry. You'll be done now.
right. 1970. Best of luck.
Larry. Moondance, Van Morrison.
That's correct.
All right. Dennis, hold on. We're going to send you to a ball game this weekend. All right. Oh, gosh.
Good job, Coach.
Thank you.
I always throw those Pink Floyds in there because I know that you don't.
Why?
you're not a big
Yeah.
fan.
What's wrong with Pink Floyd? Why were you never into Pink Floyd? Because
I
it's
don't
just
know.
trippy or what?
There's about 3 groups that Jeff will play that I don't know. I just never bought an album or never really listened to them. Never really got a taste for them.
I will tell you though, Working Man, good job on that one because that's got that crunchy intro that sounds like it's a heavy metal song from the 80s, and they were just before their time in 75 with Working Man.
Yeah, they were really good early, and they probably put out 20, 25 albums, so that's a big selection.
Literally, Working Men of Rock, Rush.
Hey, Coach, one more. You ready?
Who, you and me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jeremy. Cheap Trick, Surrender.
Hey, you know that Cheap Trick played at the Shumash Auditorium at Cal Poly in like right before Live in Budokan came out, right when the Heaven Tonight album came out.
Really?
Yeah, it was probably like 300 or 400 people, and they played. And about a month or so later, they went to Budokan, and it just exploded.
And the rest is history. And you're like, wait, we saw those. That was like 300 people.
Well, I saw them before. They opened up for Kiss in the Sullen Arena in Fresno, and they were always good.
Yeah. All right,
buddy. Well, good luck this weekend. I hope the rain doesn't cause too many problems for you.
Yeah, just go to gopoly.com, check out the website for updates, and schedule for 6, 6, and 1. But if somehow we get rained out on Friday, probably be like a 1 o'clock doubleheader Saturday single on Sunday.
GoPoly.com to keep on that. Next week, we'll have you back when Dartmouth comes to town. We're going to throw another $50 in the pot, and we'll put up $200 if somebody can beat you and name that classic rock tune, okay?
Sounds good, guys.
All right, take care, Coach.
You got it.
There he goes. Head coach Larry Lee.
You ever see anybody before they were big, Jeremy? Like before, did you ever see somebody that...
I saw Stained open up for the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Okay, but not in an opening capacity, but you saw them like in a small venue before they exploded.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
But nobody ever talks about the band that they saw after they were big. Like
Y&T?
Or Huey Lewis in the News comes to mind.
They're still big, dude. What are you talking about, man?
I'm just
playing
saying.
the Avila Beach Blues Festival. Shut your mouth.
And
I don't know what you're talking about.
And the Spokane Auto Dealers Auto Auction.
It was 20 years ago, bro. They were going through a lull.
That was not
ups and
20
downs,
years ago.
Ups and downs, ups and downs. It was 20 years ago. It was like 15 to 20 years ago.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, well, it was more than 12.
It was like
more
2003.
It was 2003.
So almost
That's
20.
15 years ago.
That is 15 years ago. Wow.
See, that's almost 20 years compared to almost not being 20 years.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll give you that.
Best
band you saw after they were big. What, Christopher Cross?
That's all the bands I've seen are pretty much done.
After they were
They're
big.
all washed
Stevie
up.
Winwood.
Back in the high life again. Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
For me, it would have to be Toad the Wet Sprocket down at Slow Brew.
That was a good show.
See, Slow Brew used to specialize in that. They used to get bands after they were huge.
Right.
So they would get the bands that had like a couple hits in the 90s and then they're back out on tour. So then they show up like Gin Blossoms.
I feel like that's kind of happening now. Not at Slow Brew. They've kind of changed what they're doing with music, but at the Fremonts a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, could I just hear that was coming? And I was like, oh my God.
Psychedelic First? That was kind of a
was
big
it
deal.
Dishwalla or Psychedelic First?
I don't know. Every time
Psychedelic First.
every time I drive by the marquee, though, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember those guys.
Right?